This is State Representative Gary Day, the 187th Legislative District. And our district encompasses parts of Lehigh County and Berks County. Quite a rural area with a lot of farm country, a lot of farmers in our area. And with me today on Legislative Report, we're here at the great, fabulous farm show in Pennsylvania. And with me is Secretary Greig, who runs our agricultural department in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Welcome to the program today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for being here. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the farm show. So what have you seen this year that you want to get out to the viewers in our district and tell them a little bit more about what's happening at the farm show?
Well, this year's theme of the Pennsylvania Farm Show, the 98th Pennsylvania Farm Show, is Pennsylvania Farms Growing for You. And so we're showcasing, we always showcase agriculture, but this year we're celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Farm Show milk sale.
Well, that's great. And I know we have the butter sculpture, something that a lot of people come to see every year. Last year, I think you told me we had over, was it 585,000 people came to this event? Is that right?
That's correct. And the butter sculpture is a central location for everyone. It's a meeting place, it's a gathering place, and it's a must-see if you're here at the farm show. And this year, it's a commemorative to the 60th anniversary of the milkshakes and what was going on back in Pennsylvania and the nation 60 years ago. There's a half ton of butter in this butter sculpture, and people just can't believe that much butter can be molded into a sculpture. So.
Well, it's an amazing thing, and I know a lot of the farmers in our district, we have all different types of farming in my district. Tell everybody about your background in farming.
I was a dairy farmer for 30 years, and I've been involved in production agriculture all my life. My brother and I have been in partnership for a long, long time now. We bought the farm off of our parents, and we still do crop farming. I shouldn't say we because I'm pretty busy just in this job,
right.
But now my wife picks up the slack, helps my brother out on the farm, but we do crop farm, and that's a pretty good lead into thanking you for eliminating the inheritance tax on family farms. That's always been an issue for the Pennsylvania farmers because I know of many cases where the second generation or the next generation has had to sell part of the farm or borrow money just to keep on farming. So we appreciate the work that you've done in the legislature to eliminate inheritance.
Absolutely, and we're a team really, as the way I look at it is a lot of the farmers, the reason why I asked you to give your background, a lot of our farmers like to see that there's a farmer leading the show down here in Harrisburg. And as a legislator, I try to work with you. You understand firsthand, as you just outlined, what farmers go through. And we have a very diverse Commonwealth as well. But it's important to all of us, and you want to tell them a little bit about it's important to the governor as well, the governor and myself and you, that we keep the diversity, the different types of farming activities that we have in the Commonwealth, the sizes. We have some big commercial operations and a lot of family farms and everything in between. Can you talk a little bit about the diversity and maybe how let's say the extension, how they work with farmers to help keep crops healthy?
Well, dairy is the largest part of Pennsylvania agriculture. We have 7,200 dairy farms in Pennsylvania. The average size is 70 cows, but there are some large farmers that milk 3,000 to 4,000 cows, and we have some 1,000-cow dairies, but the average is 70 cows. So we also have Amish and Mennonite farms, family farms that are very small. But we have, Pennsylvania has so many so many sectors of agriculture in the top 10. It's almost impossible to mention. We're fifth in dairy production. We're third in apples, and we're third in butter production. We're number one in mushroom production. We're right up there in a lot of direct marketing. I think we're number one in direct marketing. That's because of our location to the large population centers on the East Coast.
Right. Now, there are some things that the department does on a very small scale of investment that gives a big return. I'm thinking about the veterinary science, the science of bringing in if there's a disease for a product, or in animals, working with veterinarians or diseases out there. Can you talk a little bit about those small investments that we do to make a large impact in the industry?
Well, our department is constantly monitoring not only the food and feed supply, but also the animals in the animal industry in Pennsylvania. So it's very important. Pennsylvania is unique in another way. We have a tripart lab, where we have a lab here in Harrisburg, right behind the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture. Another wing of the lab system is University of Pennsylvania, and one is at Penn State University. So we have a tripart lab system. I work with Dean Hendricks from University of Pennsylvania and Dean Chris with Penn State University, and we have together, it is the Animal Health Commission and PADLS, which is a Pennsylvania Animal Diagnostic Laboratory System. So, we are forerunners in food safety and animal health. So, Pennsylvania is the one the state that everyone looks to when it comes to those areas.
And people don't realize, you go to the grocery store, you pick up your food and you go home, but how does it get there? And the farm show, if you come out and visit here at the farm show, you'll be able to see a lot of the way, the practices that are done to have that healthy food supply grown, raised, and then brought to the table and close, not just to the Northeast market, but here at home to us as well, a healthy food supply. Let's talk a little bit about how, in these times you have representatives like me trying to keep taxes low, so we're not raising taxes as much in the last couple of years, but that requires guys like you to be smarter about how you spend the allocated monies that you have in your budget. Can you tell us a little bit about how you've done over the years? Were there any particular changes where you redirected dollars into something like that? Because I realize it's hard to manage in this climate.
Well, we're constantly looking for, under Governor Corbett's direction, we're looking for ways to save money and reduce waste of the taxpayers' funds. And it's a team effort. I know that, and you know that. We have a program called Certified Examiners of Weights and Measures, and we're applying that to the amusement ride inspections. So we have 2,280 they're state certified private inspectors, and they inspect amusement rides in Pennsylvania. And we do that to a certain extent in weights and measures because we are tasked. The core mission of the Department of Agriculture is food safety and consumer protection. So we're out there. We test all the scales, all the large scales, the gas pumps, the grocery store scanners. All that is done by the Department of Agriculture, except for in some of the larger cities. They have their own.
And the importance there is that consumer knows that when they're measuring out a pound or ounces of meat or anything like that,
or a gallon of gas,
that they're getting what they pay for. And it's a value. It really is a core government function to establish the rules and measure the rules and keep them there. One of the most important things in Lehigh and Berks counties is farmland preservation. We've worked very hard to have assets available to keep farms in farming through farmland preservation program. Lehigh and Berks lead the state, I think, in acreage and dollars that we've done in these counties. Can you talk a little bit about the importance and what your vision is for farmland preservation?
We celebrated 25th year of farmland preservation this past year. And Pennsylvania leads the nation in farmland preservation. We have 478,000 acres preserved. And hopefully early next year we'll reach that 500,000 acre milestone. And but we're far ahead of any other state. But when you stop and think about it, right now we're feeding the population that's here now. We're using 7.75 million acres to produce the food for our population.
Right.
So we need to keep up the good work, but the Farmland Preservation Program in Pennsylvania keeps it on our minds and keeps it in the forefront of the public that we need to preserve farmland.
Well, you know what? I want to thank you for being with me today. I really appreciate your time, and I thank the viewers for tuning in and sticking with us on this program, learning a little bit more. And I encourage everyone within the sound of my voice and vision of this television program to come to the Pennsylvania Farm Show. It's a great opportunity to see many different things. It's a good meal. It's a good lunch. You can pick up great food here, anything you want almost, but it's a great thing to come out and visit. I want to thank you for your work. I really appreciate what you've done. The secretary usually comes out to our district in February or March, and we meet with farmers in our area. He's been so gracious ever since you've been appointed. You've come out every year, and we appreciate that, and the farmers in our district appreciate that. So I just want to thank you for being with us today. Look forward to a great farm show this year and next year. And we have a budget season coming up we got to work through together.
And thank you for all you do for agriculture.
Sure. Thanks a lot. Thank you.